Hey guys, Dan from Soileater, and today I want to talk to you about my plate carrier setup. But before I dive into it, I want to give you a little background so you understand why I have certain things on here the way I do. I currently have 10 years in law enforcement, 9 of which have been on my department SWAT team, and my current role on the team is an ATL or assistant team leader and breacher. I work out of upstate New York, which is both a rural and urban environment, and as you can see here, our uniform color choice is multicam. When choosing a plate carrier, I needed something that would allow me to perform all the missions that are required from me. That could be anywhere from hostage rescue, high-risk search warrants, vehicle takedowns, riot control, and manhunts. I did choose the Crye Precision JPC 2.0 as I felt it was a very scalable plate carrier. It would allow me to remove or add different chest rigs on the front and put zip-on panels on the back if necessary. To dive a little deeper as to why I chose the Crye JPC 2.0 over other plate carriers on the market was that I wanted something that was minimalist. Again, like I mentioned, I needed to have the capability to add or remove chest rigs or back panels, but I also didn't want any unnecessary bulk. My SWAT team was issued the Crye Cage Plate Carrier, or CPC, and although that plate carrier does a great job with load bearing and distributing weight, I found that in doing so, it added a lot of unnecessary bulk. Whether it was in the back spine area or the cummerbund that went around your side, there was extra thickness of padding, which again assisted and made the comfort level higher when load bearing, sledgehammers and Halligan tools, but also added a lot of extra bulk. And with having one plate carrier that was kind of my jack of all trades, I sacrificed a lot of that padding to have that small minimalist feel to it. Now again, this wasn't made to have all that weight, so you can see here after 5 years, which again is a pretty good time, it's starting to have some fraying and some wear and tear, and it's time to replace this plate carrier. As far as the chest rig I chose, it was a Haley Strategic D3 chest rig micro with the 55556 insert on the front. I did remove one of the MP2s and inserted my radio along with a Soileater radio retention tab, keeping that radio nice and secure. On the front here in this pouch, I do carry just basic administrative gear, including a notepad, pen, so on and so forth. On the bottom here and on the side are explosive breaching specific gear. Here's a Spiritus system dangler, which I keep some hydrogel, breaching paste, and so on. And then on the side here, I've got some shock tube inside our Soileater shock tube retainer. Again, I have some inert shock tube on here just to show you kind of the setup. As you can notice, there's not a lot of snag hazards, and I try to keep those to a minimum. Moving on to the top here, I do have a Juggernaut end user device. This would hold my phone during operations. We're currently not running ATAC, but I do have a way of pulling up live drone footage, which is very useful in the field. On the side of the chest rig here, I have a Gerber multi-tool. It's not life-saving equipment per se, but is super useful in the field. On the left side here, I do have 2 chem lights. One's IR, one's red. That's specific for my team. Moving along to the side, I do have a smoke pouch / CSOC canister holder. You'll notice the black tape on there as I have not released that product yet, but you should see that coming soon. On the left side, I do carry my fixed blade knife. This happens to be a Haley Strategic Tor collaboration darter knife. You'll notice as a right-handed shooter, I do keep my fixed blade on the left side in case I ever need to use weapon retention. There's certain things on this plate carrier that I'm not able to change. That would be the plates that I'm issued, which happen to be level 3s, and the side soft armor, which are just the Crye JPC soft armor in their soft armor pouch. Moving along to the back side, a few things I want you to notice. At the top here, I actually have a piece of PVC tube that Shane from Guild Solutions recommended a while ago. What this does is hold our Rule-Tech collapsible breaching tools. So I could run a Halligan or a sledge in the rear of my kit and deploy that myself if necessary. Over that, keeping it nice and flat, is our Haley Strategic Flat Pack normal size. Inside of this is a Rescue Essentials folding litter. Again, you'll never know when you might need some medical or a litter or any sort of evac stuff in the field, so it's good to have on you. On the bottom here, I just have some extra batteries because you never know when your batteries are going to go down. The one thing I like about the Haley Strategic Flat Pack is that once again, it is scalable. So if I needed to, I could open this up, this pack would expand, and I could throw cold weather gear in there or explosive breaching charges. Another thing that's required by our SOPs is having 2 flashbangs on the rear of your kit. So as you can see here, I've got 2 flashbangs and just a generic flashbang pouch. Moving along to the side of the kit, again, as a breaching roll, I do have a 220-pound magnet that is used to secure my shotgun, my breaching shotgun on the side of me. You'll notice I use that in conjunction with a single point sling to make sure if for whatever reason it fell off of there, I wouldn't have to pick it up from the ground. So it keeps that nice and retained. Moving along to the other side here, I do have Spiritius Systems Swift Clip kit. I'll have that on both sides of my plate carrier. And what that does is allow me to cinch down that chest rig nice and tight so it's not flapping for whatever reason. On the front here, again, covered up in black tape, is going to be our single flashbang pouch, which again, we have not released. But I essentially have 2 flashbangs on the back for my teammate and 1 on the front for me to deploy. So overall, this is my plate carrier setup. Again, this is specific for me and my needs, right? I would not expect your plate carrier to look exactly like mine, but you may see some certain things that are similar between the kits. A couple things that I believe you should have on your kit would be have it streamlined, have it work for you. Remember, you want your plate carrier to work around you. You don't want to have to work around your plate carrier. All right, you'll also notice I've gone to different ends to remove any sort of snag hazards on my kit. Whether it's making sure that all the zipper pulls are all nice and tight with some heat shrink on there, or making sure that I have 1 wrap on here, keeping that webbing nice and tight. Again, you'll notice there's not a lot of snag hazards. I've cut off all the extra shock cord and melted it down, making it nice and tight. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out at dan@soileater.com or send me a DM on Instagram at Soileater. Thank you and take care.